also had vision problems, and when I went and saw the doctor, one of his first questions was, had I been ever exposed to radiation? I definitely had dreams about it, and I still have feelings about what happened.
Prior to the incident, my views on any kind of phenomena like UFOs, things like that, they didn't exist. I never believed that kind of stuff. But after the life-changing event of December 1980, my views were different. It opened up the possibility that we're not alone.
Without a doubt, some of the scariest encounters we've investigated on Ancient Aliens are abduction events. And one of the most famous involved multiple witnesses who watched in terror as their friend was abducted right before their eyes. Number 2 on our countdown, the Travis Walton abduction. The Apache Sitgreaves National Forest, Arizona. November 5th, 1975. 22-year-old forestry worker Travis Walton and a group of co-workers are driving home after sundown when suddenly a strange light appears in the sky.
I noticed some little glimmers of light coming through the trees, and the light seemed to be coming from higher than where ground level would be. It was only when we got to where this light was crossing the road that we had an unobstructed view of the craft. It was a clearly visible, clearly defined metallic object, a disc hovering there, outlined against the sky. I threw open the door, thinking I'd get a closer look before it took off. That's when this energy hit me. I felt like a physical blow, but with a sort of a tingling, sort of an electric shock sort of feeling at the same time.
Walton basically got zapped by this blinding light. The crew just hot-footed out the area quickly, and then thought, well, we've got to go back, we've got to get Travis. Went back, whatever this object was gone, and he was gone as well.
According to Travis Walton, the mysterious beam of light rendered him unconscious. And when he awoke, he found himself in a room surrounded by strange beings.
I was looking straight into the face of this creature. These small beings were humanoid, but so unhuman. It's just terrifying. And I just flipped out. It was just horrible. It was like they were looking right into me.
He saw these hideous entities that scared him. Maybe quite similar to the modern idea of the so-called alien greys. And then these aliens seemed to go away, and then their place was taken by much more human-like aliens, and he calmed down.
In the case of these human-looking ones, I started to have serious misgivings that this was a rescue. And that's when they put this mask over my face, and I just blacked out real quickly.
Now the suspicion here was that actually these weren't different aliens, these were the same aliens, but they were capable of shape-shifting into something else, specifically to calm him down.
Crews searched everywhere for the missing forest worker, but it wasn't until 5 days later that Walton reappeared outside of a nearby town.
When I woke up, I was lying face down, outside in the dark, in the cold. I was on a highway in the middle of the woods. I looked around, I recognized the lights of the town down below, and I ran down into the town and found a telephone and called my family for help.
Travis Walton's story has become one of the most famous alien abduction cases ever reported, and was even adapted into a movie in 1993. While some dismiss his account as a hallucination, Travis has no doubt that he experienced a genuine extraterrestrial encounter.
What no one asked was, what about the rest of the crew? How do 7 people have an identical hallucination? And besides that, they were given lie detector tests by state police, which they passed. There's real life things that occur out there that need to be understood. So take a look at the facts and then judge. I don't know the purpose that they had. All I know is what happened to them. This was unmistakable.
We're just moments away from revealing number 1 on our countdown. And as far as I'm concerned, it is one of the most incredible close encounters ever reported. Ancient Aliens has investigated some of the most terrifying alien encounters ever reported, but this one truly gives me chills. It's one of the most vivid abduction accounts on record, and the experience didn't end after just one incident, but has persisted for nearly 40 years. Number 1 on our countdown of the top 10 scariest encounters, the abduction of Whitley Strieber.
Ulster County, New York. December 26, 1985. Best-selling author Whitley Strieber is celebrating Christmas with his wife and young son at their cabin. In the middle of the night, he is awoken by a disturbing feeling.
I felt that there was something around me. In other words, there was movement that shouldn't have been there. And I opened my eyes, and I saw these big black eyes staring at me. And I had no idea where I was. It was a little round room, and I began to scream. This automatic voice turned on saying, "What can we do to help you stop screaming?" There were these other figures, dark blue little figures darting around, and they assaulted me, basically. It was not easy. It was a very terrifying experience.
To process the traumatic event, Whitley wrote about his close encounter, which became the basis of his best-selling memoir, Communion. He hoped the experience was behind him. But in May of 1989, Whitley had another strange nocturnal encounter.
I'm on my side, on my right side, and there's a hand pressing down on my left temple, pressing it into the pillow like waves, like this. And I can't struggle, I can't move a muscle, I can't see anything. I am completely immobilized. After a few seconds, that ends, and I think, was it a dream? Then, the next day or the day after my ear started hurting, I reach up and I feel this bump here on my ear. And I thought, oh my God, it's an implant. There was an attempt to remove it. It failed because the implant went from here right down into here on its own. And the doctor pulled out. 2 days later, it went from my earlobe back up to where it is to this day.
Could extraterrestrials really have implanted some kind of device inside Whitley Strieber's ear? And if so, why? According to Whitley, whatever the implant is, it has had a profound effect on him.
In 2015, I noticed a slit opened up in my right eye, and you could see words racing through it. They were like someone was typing very quickly and racing. And it had something to do with my writing, because at the same time, my ability to do research changed dramatically and weirdly. I found that if I just thought about something I needed, no matter how obscure, one way or another it would come to me.
Since receiving the alleged implant, Strieber claims to have had regular interaction with otherworldly beings.
The visitors are part of my life now, very much so. I don't think I would be comfortable working without knowing that there was, using the implant, that there was a connection
Now, what do they want from us? That is a very big unanswered question.
Much like Whitley Strieber, we are all left with unanswered questions by these incredible incidents. As far as I'm concerned, there is no doubt that extraterrestrials are visiting our planet. But what do they want? Perhaps only through the careful study of these and other extraordinary accounts, whether they are mass UFO sightings, animal mutilations, or even frightening abductions, the truth may finally be revealed about Earth's extraterrestrial visitors.